Today on MH News, we're marketing music part 6.
Intro's up. Ready, camera 1 in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to MH News VLAMP, Video, Lighting, Audio, Music, and Photography, everyone. I'm your host, Matt Haslam. This is part 6 in our 11-part series on marketing music, so if you haven't seen the previous episodes in this series yet, please go back and watch those first before continuing, as we're going to build on information as we continue in this topic. Step 6. Dress your brand. Ever heard the expression that if you want the job, you have to dress as if you already have the job? Well, the same thing applies to your brand. You have to look professional and not just sound like it. This means you need to show your logo off in as many ways as possible. Now, if you don't already have a logo, you can always create one using programs like Microsoft PowerPoint or Paint. Try playing around with different fonts and colors until you get something you're really happy with that appeals to your target audience. If you don't already know what your target audience is, please look back on step 1 of this process to find out what that target audience is. You can even come up with a few options and maybe ask 10 people in that target audience which one they like best, such as they do in focus groups. Once you have this logo for your brand, you can put it on your website, your Facebook, and everything you own. When you go into Microsoft PowerPoint and right-click on your logo to save it as an image, be sure to save the logo as a PNG file so you don't have that white background in your logo, which will show how amateur you are. A PNG file makes that background completely blank and transparent. When you're just starting up and don't have lots of capital, maybe you want to just start small and just get one t-shirt with your logo on it, and maybe a banner, but later you might want to expand to show how professional your brand is. Here are some things which have worked well for us in the past. T-shirts. No matter where we go, my whole crew and I wear t-shirts with our logo on them. There is nothing like mobile advertising, no matter where you go. If you have a crew, this shows everyone who your event staff is, and who is allowed backstage. If you don't have a crew, which you may not, even if you are the only one wearing branded t-shirts, it's still a fantastic way to show your website off no matter where you perform or go. For instance, if you're performing a show, you no longer have to mention your website every 5 minutes, because this t-shirt shows your website and your brand instead. Whether you need 1 or 100, a great place to go to make custom t-shirts is vistaprint.com. where t-shirts only cost somewhere in the realm of $10 each, which is cheaper than a lot of other t-shirts by some manufacturers out there, especially a custom one. Typically, crew shirts are black with white lettering, and your performing shirt can be any color you like. But it's your brand, so do whatever you think will appeal to your target audience. Banners. If you perform anywhere, having a banner either in front of the stage or behind you in the backdrop is a great way to showcase your website and your name if you're not famous enough for people to know that before they attend. A great place to go to get quality banners with no minimums for around $20 each is again vistaprint.com. Typically, banners are black with white lettering on them for on-stage banners. This said, you're not going to have the time or the place to set up banners at every venue you perform in. So when you're just starting out, maybe just having a t-shirt is the way to go. Then when you start performing in larger places and bringing all your own gear, you can make the time and the perfect position to set up a banner. Business cards. No matter how small your brand or how much you want to do as a musician, business cards are a must-have. They are so important, I must mention them again. Business cards are a must-have. There are plenty of bands and musicians that don't have cards at all, and then wonder why they aren't successful. Again, I suggest vistaprint.com for these, because the quality is pure perfection, and for 500 business cards, it only costs you $10, which means they are about 2 cents each, and I dare you to beat that somewhere else. No matter where you go, have at least 10 business cards on you at all times, since you never know when you'll be talking with someone and the conversation will turn to, "Hey, do you know anyone who performs?" And you will be left empty-handed with nothing to give them if you don't have cards with you. Don't be the guy who says, "I have cards, but I left them at home today because I didn't know I would need them." Many musicians just write their name and their number on a napkin or a scrap piece of paper with a Sharpie as needed, but they likely don't get hired for many things of high profits, since their brand doesn't look that professional. In the business world, I was once told there's no such thing as a wasted business card. Even if you only make a sale on 1 out of every 100 cards you give out, and you only sell them a $3 item, it's still profitable. This said, I was once told by a venue I was trying to book that they would have hired me had I not shown up with business cards, and if I instead wrote my name on a napkin with a Sharpie marker while I was there having dinner one day. So I decided to ask them how much they typically pay musicians, and they laughed as if to say, "Pay? We never pay musicians." So while the venues who may condemn you for using professional business cards aren't paying anything, the venues who appreciate and only hire musicians with professional business cards are the ones paying high amounts and for high profits. For those of you who didn't catch that, why do we care about the people who don't want professional business cards? Because they aren't going to pay us anyway. The people who will pay us demand business cards. So I beg you, make some. Your music career will thank you. Magnets. Magnets are for when you become a little bigger of a brand, maybe after your first year of having these before mentioned items. You can professionally design magnets for your vehicles and get them printed for around $15 each, using yet again Vistaprint.com. These magnets should always include a phone number and your logo, and if you want, your website. But nothing beats driving down the road and having people call you up saying they saw your vehicle on the road and wanted to book you for their event. Even one sale can make these signs worth the investment. Stickers. When you start to get lots of equipment and want a great, cost-effective way to label your gear so it doesn't get lost or mixed in with another band's gear if you're doing a larger show, having bumper stickers is a great way to label everything. All you need to do is design your bumper sticker using Vistaprint.com and have your logo and some form of contact info, like your phone number, listed 4 times side by side on this bumper sticker. This way, when you receive your bumper stickers, you can simply cut each bumper sticker into 4 equal squares, and you now have 4 labels from a $4 bumper sticker. Backdrop. While I would never suggest doing this right away, having a backdrop with your band name or your name on it is a great way to showcase who you are to your live audiences. There are a couple ways to do this. First is to have one printed professionally, which will cost thousands. Second, make your own by painting a backdrop you already have, making sure to take your time in painting it so it looks professional. You can use a projector to magnify your logo onto the backdrop so you can outline it in chalk first, as we did back in 2006 with the backdrop shown here. Finally, you can do this by projection if you already have a video projector or if you buy one. You will want to have a pure white backdrop and project using a video projector hooked up to a computer so you can project anything onto it, which is a system we moved to in 2007 so we can add photos and video clips into the backdrop of our show. Again, this is not something for the new band or performer out there, but something to add to your branding later down the road when you're ready and have the budgets. Having a consistent image is going to greatly help you get your name heard. There are plenty of bands and performers without any brand or branding, all of whom wonder why music isn't working better for them. Well, this is maybe part of the reason why. Doing some branding for your image will greatly improve how professional you look to your customers and fans, and if you do it well, it will certainly help sales.